Alright, welcome back to the main table here at the Ultimate Pool Pro Series. John McAllister finally gets his chance to survey this table, and he'll have a good chance on reds. It will be reds. I don't think he's spent much of the time sat in that chair thinking about which colour set he's going to take. He knew that as soon as this table came out.
I think his first shot just shows that this red over this top right corner is going to be his last one. And you'll see after this shot that it should all play out quite nicely. He might just have to screw back up rather than a top through. I think he would have preferred to top through, but there's no real drama, just nipping it back a little bit.
I can tell you as well, we were chatting a little bit about the Josh Kane Greg Batten one. I can tell you Josh Kane did eventually get the win in that 7th frame. It's 6-1, but Greg is at the table to win the match 7-1 and step into another Ultimate Pool quarter-final for the Pac-Man. John's in good shape here. Just has to mind his work on the red that's directly below the cue ball now. I'd imagine it will be the last of his reds down the table.
I'll go one over the pocket now, possibly. Come back out to roughly where he is. Yeah, it can get sort of mixed in between, but he's always looking to move the 8. He doesn't need to.
I think he's almost thinking of it, is this a bonus? Can I do it as a free shot?
But you just, I'd be a little bit careful. You never, if he comes thin on the 8 and then goes back behind the 8, he could even leave himself Chinese on the red at the top. Yeah, I think he's played the right choice there. And all he wants to do is leave himself high. I mean, the black spot is sort of the nice area you want to land on. Here, just noticed we haven't got a line on this table actually, have we? Normally we say the bottom of the break line, don't we? Like the.
Oh yeah, we've just got spots, yeah.
The old spots.
Yeah, little X.
He's gonna run round off 2, is he? He's got. Yeah, there you go. It's gone a little bit further than you'd like. That's how easily just something slightly off, and you're sort of playing for allow yourself a margin for error, and that's. He's played a margin for error a couple of times there, and it was not quite perfect, but he's going to be fine.
Yeah, the one thing that almost caught John out a couple of times in his match earlier on against Arfan Dad was he actually was a bit slow on some shots. He was short by a foot or two a few times in the match when he had to maybe just go send it up and down the table.
Yeah, I think I found earlier using the cushions, it does affect the pace of your shot. You know, you kind of have to allow to get a bit more reaction. If the cue ball's spinning to the cushion, it really slows the cue ball down in this cloth at the moment. So we're playing the table at Stoke, and their cushion's just a little bit, that sort of wearing in period's just gone. The cushions are playing quite nice, I feel, at Stoke. But here, the brand new.
He's not out of the game. No. Is probably the best way to put it. Jez Graham's first break of the quarter-final then, and that is going to be dry.
Yeah, he didn't hit them too great. Look how far the black ball's come compared to all the other balls. To see how it pops out here. Does he get hit by a ball? Yeah, it does. He's bumped up the butt down the table, and
yeah, a bit of a funky layout here for John.
Not nice at all. Could he play yellows?
Because yellows sort of are okay. Every yellow has a pocket, but the pattern's really awkward.
Yeah, reds aren't actually terrible if you got the cue ball into the right place, but I just don't think he's got a good option to get the cue ball there. You've got it into the bottom left corner, but yeah, he's going to just drop this in the field, try and stand. Play cushion first. That's come out pretty well. Yeah, every yellow goes now, I think.
Yeah, I think yellows were, because the issue with reds is, as we look at it here, the red to the northeast of the cue ball is.
Reds now, he actually wouldn't be that bad. But
yeah, the red to the northeast of the cue ball here is horrible. So you had to take yellows, but yellows are just fiddly.
Yeah, I think he's okay. I think say these next 2 shots is just going to open out nicely. He can get on both balls. Just wants to land straight on the yellow to the right. He might even try to bump it here. Yeah, no, he can land on it nicely. I think he'll play it now if he's on it. If he can screw straight back out, he could even just roll through for the yellow in the right centre.
I think that might be the shot, you know.
Yeah, see, just that one shot now, just picked him apart, and they look a lot simpler now. He's going across the table. That's maybe just so he doesn't have to get back onto the ball again, but I'm not sure. I feel he should have maybe played that shot while he was on, when he had position. I think it was John Virgo used to say, don't play position when you've got position. And I think now it's maybe made it a little bit more awkward. Unless, of course, he wasn't on the bottom left. And
I can only imagine that's the sort of, that was the reason.
I feel it was, but yeah. He's on it now, though. He's on it really nicely now, is he? Now he's got to make sure he stays low on the next yellow.
Still tight.
Yeah.
Well, that tells us he wasn't on it before. Because if it's tight now, he definitely wasn't on it before. He was further over.
He's going to come back over again. He could run out of angle here because he's still got to get on the ball off of that yellow, whether it's the black or his last yellow. So he could even leave it till last and just leave a long black.
Josh Kane wins his third frame.
Tried to move the red.
6-3 over on table 3. I don't think this is bad for John, because I think he's got just enough angles to punch across that side rail and then have the yellow thin and almost swing the cue ball around.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is the shot he's played. So.
Oh, he's played the bump.
Oh, he's played it really nicely.
Hasn't he played that well?
Absolutely perfect to play that shot, didn't he?
Yeah, lovely. Really good.
Down table nicely, yeah. Just shows how it can all be a bit tricky. That one little shot coming across the table twice, absolutely perfect.
Because it's worth pointing out that was a really tough finish, and John has taken it out.
Alright, John's a break. Notice both of these are using their playing cues to break with.
Yeah, quite unusual that.
Well, it's funny you say that because I was speaking earlier to a friend of mine, and he was saying, I've got to change something because my break at the minute is just, and I said, well, I'm going to go to use my playing cue to break with, and then seeing both these two using it, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe it's not such a bad idea.
Yeah, because I think in your example, for example, because you hit the brake so hard, you probably almost need a brake cue. But for the players that don't absolutely batter the brake, you don't need to hit a brake that hard nowadays, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
You come from the old school where you were winning tournaments back in the early when they started felt on the table. Do you know what I mean? So you really had to smash the brake harder than you need to now.
Yeah, definitely.
Felt on the table, rock balls. Like it's hard to swing them around.
Yeah, I know you're saying, mate. Yeah. Chalkboard, 20p on the table.
20p?
Oh, tuppence, sorry. No.
Shilling for the winner.
Yeah, but I have had so many conversations about the break because obviously it's such a big part of it, and I feel because I can hit them quite hard, it should be an advantage. But sometimes I just don't feel it is, and sometimes I say a more solid impact can definitely get you just as good a break as anybody, really. Cool, John. He was up straight away. He knew he missed that.
Yeah, that was a big wide from John.
He just had a little laugh to himself. Even Jeff's having a laugh at that one.
Yeah, he knew straight away. He was just trying to be a bit cute there with the cue ball, I think.
I think he's trying to put it quite thick, wasn't he? Oh, Jez has got the old chalk out. I'm glad I'm not there. I'd be whipping that off the table onto the floor.
I thought it was a chalk you used back in the day.
It wasn't that advanced.
So I can tell you, just on table 3, just to keep you abreast, Greg Batten has got an 8-ball to win. And it has dropped in. Greg Batten has rather stumbled over the line there. He was 6-0 up on Josh Kane, who then won 3 in a row. But Greg Batten has taken his opportunity and is into the Ultimate Pool quarter-final. He will take on Aaron Davies. It follows this match that you're watching right now between Jez Graham and John McAllister. And John McAllister is going to get back to the table.
It's only just hit the cushion there, Jez. It was probably a bit of heart in mouth moment. Yeah, I don't like seeing that chalk about at the moment. Not a fan of it at all, especially on these sensitive tables.
Well, I think from your perspective, you're not just a pro player, but you're a club owner as well. So you've got your you've got your spring cleaning head on as well.
Well, yeah, but I think it makes such a difference to the balls. I think it's horrible playing somebody who uses it now, and I think some people actually just use it because they know you don't like it. you get kicks do happen because of it, and when you got nice clean balls, nice slick table, it makes a massive difference when you just get a slightly bad contact. So when I see people using it, I'm just like, I try to make an extra effort to clean the cue ball, to be honest. But John's just got to judge the cannon there. Just went out a shot. Is he all right? Does it go to centre? That red's come a little bit in the way, maybe. But if he can get up past the other yellow, they will all have a pocket after this. After he's potted this. Yeah, he'll just top up in between the two top yellows. Oh, it was a little bit wide. That kiss may have made it a bit awkward. Unless he can switch it into the bottom right corner. No, right. He's going to try and screw through the gap between red and yellow. He's going to kick the red. Right, he's got. If he plays the cannon on the red, he needs to still get the cue ball across. So he might play this a bit harder. So if he does hit the red, it still travels. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Yeah, he's tried to use that side and the speed. If he hits it thick, the cue ball still comes over, and it's come a little bit, but it's a little bit awkward. It's really he's got to grab this white ball quite quickly. Yes, I think the look on John's face sort of said this is a little bit awkward now. Could be hitting the red in the bottom. Oh, he just missed the red. I think he would have liked to have hit the red. Now he's going to have to pull out a good one. The reds are waiting there for Jez, and Jez will be thinking, oh, just give me a chance. But cross double. John's tough one to judge because the yellow's going to have some top on it, so it might slide slightly. Oh, he's playing a punt. No, he's going for the double.
He's played that well.
What a shot.
He has played that well.
Playing that firm, it just kept it a little bit square, and look at that.
Brilliant shot from John McAllister.
Yep.
Who's flying into a 3-0 lead here. Super stuff.
Beautiful.
From the Coventry queue is John McAllister goes 3-0 in front on Jez Graham. So we are finally back underway, which is nice. It's another good break for Jez Graham. How do you like those apples?
Not a nice kiss, and well,
look at those reds.
Look at them. It's a horrible walk back to your chair when it happens. Yeah,
this could be a pretty short frame if John wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I think he'll do the right thing and take his time, make sure there's no mistakes. But if there was only 45 seconds left on the match clock and he had to get these, you'd fancy him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. I often think about you when I'm walking back to my chair in that situation. Especially if I'm in Stoke, I think Jamo's probably laughing at me now.
No,
see what face I'm pulling.
I'd never do that to you, mate. It's when you sat in your chair. That's when I have some fun.
Yeah.
That's when the facials come out.
These are wow.
Yeah,
I think you've got a chance here, Jamo.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But it works its way down quite nice, isn't it? Because I don't think any red's in the way of each other.
Yeah,
so it's
that's right.
It's almost like a training drill. As long as you land low on the bottom red, then you're pretty much out.
Literally, yeah. It's just he's probably got to just choose his ball to get on the 8 ball, which he could choose 1 of 3 balls, possibly 4. As soon as he gets down here, he didn't want to be short. He's okay. You can just drop it in and cushion onto the next red. He's not going to... Oh, he's a little... Maybe... Yeah, he's not happy there because he's now got to play a cannon. Unless he can screw to miss the red. I don't think he can. So he's going to have to judge this nice. He doesn't want to tie it up near the yellow and the black. Is he all right?
Yeah, I think he's okay. Do you know what? Considering he had cue ball in hand, John, it may be
he shouldn't have been touching another ball.
Yeah,
to be honest,
that felt like a bit of an error.
Yeah.
Because especially he had the first shot where he stopped the cue ball dead.
Yeah.
And if he knows he's doing that, you've already lined up the angle, and he's obviously either got that wrong or played a slack shot and not getting.
If that nest was on the 8 ball there, it makes this a different story. This clearance.
Well, it did.
Yeah.
It was a problem. It didn't go because you wouldn't move the 8 ball in that scenario.
Yeah, I didn't know if it went in the middle though. I thought he could have gotten it, just run down and played it into the middle.
Well, he's got a shot to the middle now, but all of a sudden this looked like a really easy visit, and it's just turned into a bit of heavy weather for John.
Yeah,
he's still battling though.
Yeah, I think the last couple of clearances maybe he's just not quite gone exactly how he's wanted, but he's got them, so I still fancy him to get them. He gets plenty of top onto this cue ball. It's going to run through off the yellow. Oh, he's going to go to the bottom one. You can't see it, can you, the bottom one?
Well, I think the only ball we can see is the one next to the 8 ball, and it's thin.
He's had a bit of a sarcastic grin to himself there. He knows he's had a bit of a. Maybe took him a little bit for granted.
Yeah, a little raise the eyebrows. He was really good earlier, John, because whenever he did make a mistake, because no one can play flawless pool for, 15 frames and all the rest of it, he's an off. Well, yeah, that'll do it. But he was very good at just sort of, seeing the situation, getting on with it, and just playing the shots and getting them anyway. But that was
playing the next shot. Yeah,
that was the first time where you just saw he was beating himself up a little bit and giving himself a bit of stick.
And it's going to be interesting to see if Jez clears it, just how John's next break goes. If this yellow is anywhere near close of not going, he just needs to play a snooker. It must go. Otherwise, we won't play this. Nice.
Yeah, because if it doesn't get it, it's frame over.
Snooker,
yeah, that's a nice shot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure John's got anything but a bit of a whack here.
Yeah, I think I would have played the snooker underneath the 2 yellows, just bumped one along and gone tight underneath to leave him no option. He can go free. He might be able to go free cushions. Yeah, look, there's one top cushion, side cushion just before the middle pocket. He might have to be a little bit down from there.
Well, you're going to need to, because there's no value in sort of just hitting it. You've got to try and pot it, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I think he might fancy getting close here. Just for
it's a good effort.
Yeah. So if he's just before the middle pocket there, he probably pots that.
Yeah, that was a really good effort.
But let's say Jez it's another one of them snookers Jez has played knowing it doesn't matter too much John hits it, as long as he doesn't pot it. Jez is going to be on for the clearance. Looking at being super problem finding, you could say the red's gone in front of the black to the bottom right, but that isn't going to be an issue for Jez. He might get a kick using that chalk possibly. He's keeping himself in a decent rhythm around the table.
Yeah, and I think if there's one thing that sort of tripped Jez up a little bit, he has looked at times like he's been a bit stressed with the clock and the shot clock and all the rest of it, but that's probably a little bit unfair as it's on 15 when that's been happening.
Yeah.
But I think it probably suits him to play at a little bit of a quicker rhythm.
Yeah, definitely. I think it helps a lot of players, to be honest. When the ball's there, and you can sometimes say it's like you're trying to find a problem rather than just getting down and playing the shot. He's not chalked his cue for a little while, has he?
I don't need to, mate.
No, he's advertising it, isn't he? It will be, the way things possibly should go, but let's see. He's got away with that. Yeah, he's got away with
Maybe
that.
it is meant to be for John McAllister.
Exactly, them little bits. It's not only the fact that where the cue ball's gone, it's gone over to the pocket, rattled, but then the ball that's gone in has gone in past it, literally just past it.
Oh, those. I mean, it sounds trite, but those are the sorts of things as a player you're noticing and thinking, oh well,
massive,
maybe it is my time, maybe it is my match.
Yeah, 100%. Because in my match, even so, or everybody's had it in their match where they've made a mistake. The next thing, you're going off your break, or something happens that you get punished for, and and sometimes you deserve it, sometimes you don't, but it's there you could say John probably deserved to be punished by the old pool gods in that instance, but he's not been, and now it's he's got to just go about the clearance, and then he can forget all about it as soon as he's cleared these up, and he'll be back into a free frame lead.
Speaking of a 3-frame lead, that's exactly what Phil Harrison has come. Currently, he's flown out the traps against Rob Warren, 3-0 up in that last 16 match.
Not too long, is it?
And and Le Dominator is 2-0 in front against Christophe Lambert. Good start for Dom Cooney.
Cowboy.
Those boys up in the last 16 looking to make the quarter-finals. Winner of that match plays Cormac Kerr in the quarter. I'll be following Aaron Davies and Greg Batten, which is on after this.
What did you say Dom's score was? Sorry?
2-0.
2-0. To Dom?
Yes.
I got a bit distracted there by your accent.
It's been said before.
Yeah. Right, is John too straight on this red? I would like a slight angle just so he could top across the face of the red to play the red to top left. I don't know if he's got the angle or not. He's just forced it slightly. Played it nicely. See the cue ball sort of skidded before the top's been kicked in. Now he can screw into the two yellows by the cushion.
Yeah.
Hold it if he can't just stun it.
It'll be pleased he's off the rail. He's not off by much, but if he'd have been trapped on the cushion there, it could have been awkward for him.
Yeah, I don't like the cushion. I feel these cushions play high on this table, and it can really make the shot a lot harder. That's a definite let off for John there.
Oh, isn't it just?
Yeah.
Because how often do those sorts of mistakes cost you 2 frames, not just the one?
If you're looking back on that replay of the break as well, you see how that red went in. I mean, if you replay that back, you see how close that red was to hitting the yellow on the treble. It's one of them. Oh, that is.
I mean, you can't believe that's dry. That's the best.
Them two reds to that top right. If you watch them two reds to the top right, it is sickening. Considering what just happened on John's last break, watch the two reds. That is, oh man. You just want to put your cue away, really. You just like, oh.
Yeah, I noticed you had one of those in your match earlier on against Aaron, where but you know, it's just it's nothing to do with you, is it? It's just incredible bad luck, because sometimes you can just hit an unbelievable break, and you stood there looking like a lemon, going, what more am I supposed to do?
Yeah, that's
Jez
right.
broke those perfectly.
Yeah. And that, say, just seeing, if you compare the two last breaks, and one was the top left corner, one was the top right, and it's just sick, and they've both gone massively in John's favour. And yeah, like you say, there's literally nothing Jez can do. He just needs to concentrate on his shots, doesn't he? Which is so hard to do when them little bits happen. You know, it really becomes a tough game mentally.
Yeah, and you can only win these matches if you get 7 chances.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's a game of chances, and then it's a game of execution. But John's had so many more chances than Jez here. Yeah. He's made more mistakes because of that.
Yeah,
Jez hasn't really done a huge amount wrong, and John's made a couple of errors. But John still played well. I think it's important to remember.
Yeah, I think it was just that at 3-0, wasn't it? He missed that easy clearance and give Jez a chance, and he kind of got away with it again. But like I say, it's part and parcel of what can happen. And he's got another nice layout to go at.
Well, it was always going to be a nice layout, wasn't it?
Yeah, no real work to do. It's just this plant just doesn't want it to tuck behind the yellow, but he might play it too hard for that anyway.
Oh, that's a very well executed plant.
Yes.
Actually, one of those rare occasions where actually potting both was sort of preferable.
Yeah, it's a nice one, because you know if you get it or not, it doesn't really matter, and 9 times out of 10 you do end up getting it because of that. But the nice thing about that was he didn't have to play a second plant and then get down onto the next red. So
5-1.
5-1. Yeah, got to feel a little bit for Jez maybe.
I mean, when he's on it, he is categorically one of the best players in the world.
Without doubt.
Another successful break for John McAllister. Look at this layout.
Ooh, yellows again, look.
You could pick either colour set.
Yeah, I think yellows are the ones, aren't they? That red on the right-hand cushion is just making the red slightly more awkward.
Yeah, you could make a case for both.
Yeah, you could, yeah. Obviously the red would double, but I think it's...
That's how you know you've hit a pretty good break.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I think
John McAllister could be going on the hill. He's already had 1-7-1 victory today. He dusted Dylan Leary earlier on in the tournament.
when you're getting chances like this, you know, it's just a nice feeling, you know, you come into the table getting a nice chance each time. It really, just in your mind, it helps as well, because you just, you know, there's no headaches, is there? You know, it's just each shot is quite simple. He knows where he wants to get the cue ball to the next shot.
Looks like he's going to leave the yellow downstairs for last.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't really need to, but he's. It just gives him a bit more margin for error, because the cue ball's got to come down the table to get on that yellow anyway, so he'd have to get on the black the same way. But at least if he landed a bit short, it'd still be okay. I always think this about this sort of clearance. The shot he's about to play now would get him on the black. You know, to get on the yellow, but obviously with this instance he can come short. If he landed short, he wouldn't be snookered by the red in the middle of the table. But so I'd be thinking about, having already potted this yellow, this would be now to get on the black. See, that red's just going to, oh no, but he's on the black as well, so he's sort of playing an extra ball. Not so much in this instance, but there are other instances like that where you're taking a different pattern for then your second from last ball to be the ball that get you on the black anyway. You know, and it can cause a problem, not always, but
I think the counter arguments to that, I guess, is just sort of keeping your cue ball quite tight.
yeah.
In that example,
But
you know,
sometimes you can be too close to your balls to get a position. You know, when you're coming into big areas of space, a lot easier to get a position. You know, and have a shot on a ball.
he's worked really hard to get to this stage of the tournament, and it almost feel like he hasn't really been in a match.
Yeah, he's not hit that great. Has he got a ball? Oh, he dropped his chalk. So
Yeah, he has. He's made a red.
it's made a red.
Not sure where, but I did a quick tally up afterwards, and yeah, one in the middle pocket, straight in as well.
No, he's got a good chance. Oh, the cue ball's landed horrible though.
Well, of course it has.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. You don't expect anything different really there sometimes. He's going for the yellow or the. I can't see quite that well from this angle. Yep. I did. When he was queuing up from above it, it's hard to see if he was actually going for the red or the yellow. And that just shows he was playing the yellow, but quite wide, and he's overcut it. But not, you know, that was a difficult shot, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
it's just typical, really, of how the game's gone, isn't it? That he would break and land there, and you just, yeah, it's a hard one to take. But he's still got to be pleased with how he's played today and yesterday. So. Not to say this, the match is over yet, but I do very much fancy John to take these out. And it does seem like he's had it fairly easy, John, with the chances he's been presented, and he's had a few difficult moments, but he's dealt with them. And
Yeah, well, he's just played well. He's a top class player, John McAllister, and he's just played well. He's been blessed with the lion's share of the chances, there's no mistake about that, but he has broke quite well. He's had a couple where he's been a bit fortunate, but he's generally broke well. He's generally played well. I think he's had a couple of, you know, lucky breaks on the break, and he's had a couple of mistakes in open table, but, you know, he's had a lot of table time.
yeah, he has, yeah.
You know, it's not been a vintage performance, but it hasn't had to be.
No, that's right. Black goes fairly comfortably into the right centre as well, doesn't it?
Well, you'd assume so. You would assume so.
John's played that one a little short as well. Might have to run up the table here to the top red of the two. Leave the one near the blue spot till last. I don't know why he always keeps saying blue spot. I don't know why.
Well, he's a long way short here, John.
Yeah.
He's a long way short.
Yeah, he was short on the last shot. He's short again. Yeah, and this cue ball's. needs to grab it quick. Oh, he's been playing it quite thin, so is he going to be cannon into the... Right, so he's going to go bottom left. He's going to try and come around the two up near where the cue ball is now, I would say. Oh, he's playing a skill shot. Look at the yellow. The yellow is in that pocket very nicely. It's one of them, you don't have to hit it very hard to get this following through.
Yeah, and you always fancy John as a, coming from a black ball background, he's handy at these shots.
Yeah, the only thing I'd say is, I don't know what he's got to do with the cue ball. I know he's just going to run us in now, but if he landed it slightly different, I don't know what he would have been doing. Cue ball. It's one of them you don't really want to hit too hard.
Oh, good shot he's played there.
I mean, he took a big chance there.
I think he had to. I don't think he was on anything else.
That's what I mean. Just from the shot before, like really.
Yeah.
I think but
I think he's made a mistake in the visit, and he's just had to pull one out the fire a little bit. And in the 8-ball goes. It's a similar finish to the one that got him out of the woods against Arfan Dad, and it is an Ultimate Pool Pro Series semi-final for John McAllister. We'll hear from him in just a moment.